Right. Yeah.
Is he going to keep it a bar? Or is
Yeah.
he...
So it's virtually going to be the same thing. It's going to be called the Tap House on Walton, and it's going to be a sourdough bakery in there as well, along with like having their 40 or however many tap lines that they have, and you know, I don't want to say doing like an upscale version of it because it's not going to be upscale, but just doing like a cleaner version of it because it's been kind of dirty for a while. Yeah. Which is part of its thing, I guess. But, you know, over the past couple of years, I mean, you know, people in Syracuse want to jump on this, you know, what the fuck's going on? It's somebody with a ton of money is fucking over the little small restaurant,
Right.
Which has happened, but it's not always the case.
Right.
And it's, you know, I keep saying it's not another Empire situation where they literally rose the, you know, rent by, you know, 10 times or whatever it was. Yeah. So, but people are just losing their shit over it. Like, they're not saying fuck Kyle. They're saying like fuck the landlords, Blue Tusk, all that kind of stuff. So, so it's unfortunate, but
the Tusk has been just such a
part of downtown.
Yeah.
For so long.
I mean,
that's why everybody's so pissed.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know what
I've gone there a bunch, but I wouldn't say that I frequent it or frequented it.
Right.
And I'm super bummed to see it go
I know.
because it's so.
Yeah.
I mean, sitting out there watching Eli play, like all that stuff, I just have great memories.
For sure. My wife and her friends, and then, you know, once I came along, anytime we would go to like an event downtown or Brewfest or something, you'd always go to Tusk beforehand. And, you know, Rebecca loves the grilled cheese there and all that kind of stuff. And they did a great job. But from what I can gather, they weren't changing anything. And the landlords wanted a business they wanted Tusk to like clean it up a little bit or like give it a or change, like do something.
It was a dark old bar.
Right.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And again, part of its charm, but with how everything's going now and all these microbrews and breweries, you know, starting up and all these new businesses coming to downtown.
Yeah.
Having a dark old bar downtown.
Right.
I can see where that.
We have plenty of dark old bars downtown.
I'm definitely down with the like anti-dark bar restaurant thing going on now. Like for so long, that's I'm like, I want to see the people I'm with and the food I'm eating, and you know, if the floor's filthy.
Right.
I like dark old bars, so I'm good.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess I kind of like both.
I do too. Yeah. You know, it depends on the day, I guess, or what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know,
I like going into. Three Lives isn't a dark old bar, but it's a dark bar vibe. But I love going in there, you know, late at night and getting something to eat. So that's what where I was leading with Howlerhead earlier is. We did their roll. You know, you can like for $8 you roll this dice and it's random selection, one of 20 shots. And I got my number rolled on the one that has Howlerhead in it. It's like Howlerhead and Bailey's. And I didn't like really pay attention to what it was. And then he brought it to me and I looked at it and I was like, there's fucking Howlerhead in here. Like, it's like, hold on.
Apparently it's famous. I don't know.
Let me call Joel.
Maybe we did something to make it a little more famous.
I will say ever since.
Send that into them.
That's right. Maybe I can be the spokesperson, you know.
It's like, you know, my wife and I met on Bumble, so we sent in like our marriage story to Bumble, you know, thinking we might be featured. We could send that story into Howlerhead in case you get featured.
There we go. You know, just put my face on the front of it.
I think we do still have the picture on my phone, or I have the picture on my phone
on
of.
the couch?
No, after that episode, we all took like the group shot.
Oh
remember?
yeah, I remember that.
Oh Lord,
that was a real delight.
you should have seen him after we got home.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet.
That's when the real party
took
started.
a solid 4-hour nap after that.
Yeah, you were up for a little bit.
Oh, that's hilarious. See, the podcasts are better when both of you are here because you know you say.
I tell you
because,
one side of the story. And she's like, well, I don't know.
You were hanging out with Slim. What are the other three guys' names?
I don't know.
That's awesome.
Boys to Men,
Yep.
because they're the greatest of all time. So
We just watched. Rebecca and I were watching the like music, like the pop documentary thing that they have on Netflix. Have you seen that? It goes through like a few different things, like, but one of them is Boys to Men, and you know,
Oh,
I gotta
he'll
watch
watch it
this.
tonight.
Really?
Send me the link.
it's pretty good.
I'm in.
Yeah, big Boys to Men fan.
I am.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
I am.
Were you in like Any sort of like choir or anything like that? In high school?
I was all state tenor in high school.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that they had state like stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I guess so. Yeah.
He's also all Valley tenor. And
Yeah. I'm all Valley now. It's a pretty big deal.
Did you have?
People drive by
the
our house
jacket
slow.
and whatnot. It's great.
To this day, you can see Joel just out there on the street with his Letterman jacket.
With notes down the side.
Seriously, I wouldn't be surprised if one day you drove down the road and actually saw that.
Yeah.
Like, it's not out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, I love to sing. I don't know.
That would be amazing if
That's
you
why
did
we
that
put
at the
up
restaurant.
fence.
No,
if you were
I'm
the
not gonna do
owner
that
who
at all.
walked up to the
No,
table and
that
just
is not
started
gonna
serenading
happen.
them.
No. That's not going to happen unless you
on.
have a bottle of Howlerhead.
Yeah.
And then maybe it's quite
I'm
possible.
going to need you to stop by the restaurant at about 4 o'clock with a bottle.
Yeah. We won't have liquor at the restaurant, just so.
Yeah.
the state
It'll
is
be
watching.
outside.
It'll be outside.
He'll be on the bench with the paper bag. The bench, and if you're out there, plant stealer, I will find you.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody's
Somebody's
stealing
stealing
our
our plants.
plants? Really?
One plant.
One
so
plant
we have
every
4
time.
hooks.
Okay.
And I like, mismatched things,
Yeah.
So I have this type of plant, then a different type of plant. And
Yeah.
a different So the 4th hook, which is a bench right outside our front window next to the door, which nobody knows whose bench it is. It's chained to the building.
Oh, really?
And I don't have the key.
Yeah.
The landlord doesn't have the key. Nobody has the key.
It's
Nobody
been there
knows.
since 1901.
Yeah. So it's always that plant. This is the 3rd time now that it's been stolen. But
Oh,
that's the
geez.
plant that's stolen because somebody stands
up.
on the bench and just takes. I left a very.
Mean note.
Not nice
It wasn't
note.
mean. I said, what did I say? I'm sorry that beauty's so lacking in your life that you have to steal mine. Something like that.
my God.
Yeah, she's a writer.
passive
Yeah,
aggressive.
Do you have a camera out there by any chance?
No.
Yes, we do.
Oh, we do. Yeah, of course we do.
Multiple.
5 of them. They cover them up. It's like
On both sides of the street.
You have 4 cameras, but now they're hidden behind the planters.
That's right. Yeah.
It's in the
Strategically
plant. I'm watching
located.
you now. I see.
Oh, that's
I see what
hilarious.
you're doing.
Oh man.
Oh, this is good.
So this is like I feel like I'm on like Conan.
So that was kind of the thought.
Good.
I'm actually dyeing my hair red.
Yeah. Get the big, almost like
Yeah.
a little bit.
So you were here when we had all those years ago when we had the set where the 2 chairs were over there, and I did kind of
In the other room.
in this room.
Oh,
The room
when
where I
you
had the
sat
couch
here.
right
When
here.
you sat here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, no, I wasn't
You
here.
weren't. No.
No, so I
That's
had
when
the
I wore
couch here.
I wore the Tom Brady shirt.
That's right.
Oh, good
right.
Yeah.
Lord.
I had the
Thanks, Mike.
I had the couch here. The TV was over there. The 2 chairs were there. Coffee table was still in the middle. And I had the American flag hanging, which I did like. I only had one guest that was like, "Can we take the flag down?"
Oh.
Wow.
So, yeah,
Ballsy.
whatever. But then we record a podcast here for another client, and so it like is the same set. And granted, it's still going to be the same set, but anyways, and then Callie and I were just playing around with the green screen before you guys got here, because ultimately, I think what I want to do is like paint the wall the green screen color.
And then you can put something up on it.
Yeah, exactly. I just don't know what to do to make that look real.
You got to superimpose my face
Natural.
onto the howler head
Oh,
thing and put that up behind you.
Put that right there. That'd
Yeah.
be funny. I mean, I could do like our low. I don't know. Maybe it's never going to look realistic. Maybe it's just a dumb idea. But anyways, so I was like watching all these YouTube videos last week on like how to do like podcast set design and all that kind of stuff.
Nice.
And the original thought was I would move the desk over here. That I would sit at the desk and have the guests there, just like a
would be
late
pretty
night
sweet.
talk
then
show.
you could bring desk driving back.
Yeah,
I'm not going to lie. That
I
would
could
be,
do that. Yeah.
That would be sweet.
I thought that would be cool, but it's I don't know. We might try it. We might try it on Saturday because we've got some time and just see what it looks like.
Save it for me.
I kind of want to be here
Yeah.
when
I
you
wanna
have
do
it.
that. Well,
Can I bring you a mug that you
Yes,
have
you
on
can.
there all
Yeah.
the time?
You never
Callie
know
and I
what's
are
in it.
gonna
It's a big
put
secret.
Yeah.
It'll
What'd you
say
say?
317
It's a
on
big
it.
secret. What's in
What's in the mug? Yeah, right. What is
Like
in
they
the mug?
don't see us
All right.
drinking.
Yeah. It's not going to be Howlerhead. We can tell you that much.
I don't know, man. If I get that sponsorship, it's going to be here every week.
I don't know. I think you guys are sponsoring it right now.
I know.
That's like the 20th
send
mention.
these to them and be like, hey, just so you know, we talk about this every fucking month.
It's going to be the biggest seller in Syracuse now.
So I've thought about doing that, like that setup, and then if I did it that way, I'd probably make the podcast shorter, like 20 minutes long. I'd probably have like the guest like walk on camera or something.
I think that would be.
I think that'd be fun. Yeah,
dude, I got to be the first person.
It'd either be fun, it'd either be really cool, or be really incredibly stupid.
No, you know what you do? You do it. You do it one time. Do it the one time.
I think
really make it
cool
over the top, right? Like make it like.
We could do that.
1970s, 1980s vibe where you have the long microphone.
Oh my God.
There.
That would be
Get
pretty
like
cool.
a velvet
Like
couch.
throwback
We do like
time.
segments.
Yeah.
If this was a bigger space, one thought was to build an actual TV set in here. Build like fake walls, put the camera, all that kind of stuff. But it's big. It's just not that big.
Be Syracuse's Johnny Carson.
Yeah, exactly. That was the goal, really. Or Jimmy Fallon.
When you were all starting out.
Yeah. That was one day what I was going to do. No, we just have to figure out what we're going to do for we have to figure out stuff. I want to put out, I was saying before we got started, I want to put out like 5 different shows a week.
Right.
Every week. Always. It's just so much time.
Yeah.
So much time. We've been taking a break from it because it got to a point for a couple months there. I was getting up at like 6 in the morning, getting ready for work, at work at 7, working, then 9 to 5 job, then coming here until like 9 or 10 o'clock at night.
Wife had to be happy that you weren't.
No, it was
that's wonderful.
It was terrible. So for the past like month or two, I've taken like a back seat to a lot of our content, not working as much, and that's been great. So
it was kind of like you were working at a restaurant then.
It was a little bit like that. Yeah. I just didn't smell when I went home, and I wasn't as sweaty.
Yeah.
I was still sweaty.
Yeah, just
I just
not
wasn't
as
as
sweaty.
sweaty. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys know that because
she does more than
open
I.
for,
I'm just the face.
you're just open for lunch.
Just
Yeah.
waving.
Yeah.
People.
You're the doo-wop group.
Kissing babies and hugging folks.
Yeah. Right. Well, I will say this. You get of the reviews, you are mentioned by name the most in the reviews.
Really?
In the positive reviews.
You really are.
It's like Joel was there.
Yeah.
Joel did this.
Oh,
Well, that's why.
like the Google
that's why
reviews.
I always
Yeah.
want. That's why I always. I mean, it's nice now because, his schedule has changed, so he's more available for the restaurant, and I love him. I was a front of the house person for my whole career, and I've been back of the house since COVID, really.
Yeah.
And now it's like I go to front of the house, and I'm just like, how are you today? Like it's so robotic and not genuine, and because I'm thinking about the 35 other things I have to do in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Whereas before it was just like, I'm strolling out.
Yeah,
How
right.
you guys doing?
Yeah.
So he gets to do that, and he really brings that across, and he enjoys it, and people feel it when they meet him, and it's
bro.
great.
I mean, not to say what I'm about to say is not to say that you aren't aware of the challenges of owning a restaurant, because obviously you guys own the restaurant together. But you probably, the front of house person, to be a great front of house person, can't be the person that is in it 24/7, knows all the secrets. Not that both of you aren't, but you're in the back more often, and so when you're having to prep or help out on the line or whatever the case is, to then run out and be like, everything's fine. How's it going?
Well, and I think on one of our first podcasts, I think maybe the first one, we talked about it, and it was very early in us owning it back in beginning of last year, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna run the window, I'll be all set, and I was like, oh yeah, gonna need this and blah blah blah, and I'm going through things, and it was like 3 or 4 days I did that. And we got home one night, and Natalie, were sitting. It was like 11 o'clock, and we were sitting back, and we were having a beer to just settle down, and about to head to bed. And I looked at her, and I was like, "I got to talk to you about something." She's like, "What?" I was like, I don't think I belong in the kitchen." And she looked at me and gave me a hug, and she was like, "Thank you so much," because we were going to talk to you about this, because it's a disaster back there with you. And I'm like, well, why wouldn't you say something, man?
Well, we were trying. I mean, the whole thing behind it is when it comes to restaurant kitchen experience, I have more than him.
I have 0.
When it comes to just kitchen experience, just cook, he's been doing it longer than I have.
Yeah.
So that's why the thought was
we
like,
thought,
maybe
but
I can help out.
it's, I mean, and I should have known. It's such a different beast. And I mean, I expoed for years and years and years. And it's...
I don't know the lingo. I don't know what, they over
I'm
here
like, this
doing
is
this.
86. He's like, we have 86 of them.
I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm like, what? It's
we
wild,
gotta sell
man.
those. We got 86.
They get thrown in. I'm like, I'm the owner. I'll go back there and help. And then it's like, no,
That's hilarious.
I don't want to do that anymore.
I feel like sometimes the few times that I cook at home, I do a really great job. I'm a wonderful cook, obviously. And so I'll make something. I'll be like, man, if this restaurant did it this way, it would be so great. And I have that thought for like a second, and then I immediately think, yeah, you're an idiot. You don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I mean, that was a thought because like I cook for, when we have Thanksgiving or, I sell barbecue on the side. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like I do barbecue on the weekends every once in a while, and you know, like it's just me,
right?
Doing my thing, but
we just did one this past.
Yeah, we just did.
I was wondering because that
weekend.
one review was like, mentioned the barbecue, and I was like, oh, do we do a special?
Yeah, no, it was just me. It was just I got a new smoker.
That's cool.
What'd
you get?
I got the Pit Boss 1050.
Is it a pellet smoker?
Yeah, it's pellet. Listen, I know.
We used to do it the old school
Listen,
way.
buddy, I used to sit out there in the middle of winter
Yeah.
with my little smoker and
feeding
the chips in there and the wood and keeping everything going, and like it's 15 below zero, and it would take 20 hours to cook something that usually takes about 8.
Yeah.
And I was always I need the charcoal, I need the wood, this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
He wanted to do it the right way, the original.
I wanted to be like the barbecue guy, the real one.
Then we went to a friend's house who had a pellet smoker.
Yeah, and he made some ribs, and I was like, you made these on the pellet smoker? And he's like, yep. And I'm like, I'm sold. You know, like I hate it and I love it.
Yeah.
Barbecue comes out great.
Right, I know.
You know what I mean?
I don't question the quality of it by any stretch of the imagination. So like right now, I got into smoking last year, but I use my Weber. So it's charcoal and then wood chips.
Yep.
And it's fine. It works. I mean, I did a brisket last year that was great. I've done a bunch of pork shoulders. I've done 2 this year. And, the first couple times I was like, I have to sit there and watch it the entire time. And then this last time I was like, let's go pick strawberries for a couple hours.
It went out.
No, it's still, because I do the snake method. Yeah. So the only thing I really have to worry about is if it gets too hot.
Right.
Yeah,
then also,
Which is how I
if
broke
you don't
the
get it off of
smoker.
it. Yeah.
Really?
She broke my first
Which is
pellet
why we
smoker.
don't have smoked pork belly.
By getting it too hot?
On
the pellet smokers.
But I'm back of the house, girl.
On the Pit Boss, they have the again, if you want to
Come eat with us.
Can be your guy, Pit Boss, if you'd like.
Look right at that camera and say that for me.
Yeah, Pit Boss, love it. But there's a hatch on there so you can sear things or you can close it and it smokes.
Yeah.
So we were making the pork belly. I was at work. She was making it.
Yeah.
And left the hatch open. 4 hours of the hatch being open.
No, that thing was burnt in 30 minutes. I don't know what happened. Like, I put it on
it's straight
there.
flame.
This was on the
Flying out
Pit
of
Boss?
there. Yeah.
Or Pit Master?
Yeah, Pit Boss.
Pit Boss.
I put it on there. I went inside.
Yeah.
Came outside 30 minutes later.
I couldn't get the auger to work. I couldn't get the igniter
and the thing
to work.
was,
I couldn't
it was like half the size that it used to be. The
Pork
meat
belly went
was.
from
Yeah,
here
right.
to
Oh, yeah.
this big.
Yeah.
It was. You could knock on it.
Oh,
She's not allowed
do you
to
think I
play
should
with any of
serve
my
this?
toys anymore.
there's another restaurant in town. I won't say their name, but they do from time to time like brisket specials and stuff like that.
Yep.
But the owner just has a Traeger at the house, and that's they smoke it and then bring it to the restaurant. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, there's living in Texas for a couple of years, like the barbecue joints out there, which you guys aren't a barbecue joint, so it's not like you're.
Yeah, they got the huge pits that they're sitting there with.
You see those custom made things.
It's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I want to build one of those. But
we know a welder.
I know. But
I
we've been
don't-
talking about it for 5 years.
I just want to buy. I do want to buy an offset smoker. So like my thing is, if I'm going to buy a pellet smoker, I'm going to spend $1,000, right? But if I buy an offset, I'm only going to spend like $300 or $400.
Right.
So I'm probably, and even just to get Rebecca's approval, I'm going to start with the offset smoker. So if I told her, hey, I'm going to buy $1,000 grill, you know, she'd
This
lose her
was,
mind.
but mine was $600, completely digital.
Yeah.
And it's like if you were going to buy a Traeger, sorry Traeger, love you. But
he did.
I
research.
did a ton of research on all of them.
Yeah.
And Traeger and
this was the
Pit
best
Boss
bang
was
for the
in-
buck. Like
Yeah.
I can fit 6 whole pork butts.
Wow.
6.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you don't
Like,
have to sit there and fight. You can literally
the only
just
thing
set
that
it,
you
right?
have to do because of the fan, right? So the
Yeah.
fan pushes it and it comes around this way. So you have to switch the meat over.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Just to make sure that it's all
Yeah.
cooking evenly.
Okay.
You know, it's just like watching one of those big things that, you know,
Yeah,
completely
that makes
do that.
sense.
But,
Okay.
like, you switch it like once every hour and a half.
But
2
you
hours.
just set your settings and you're done.
Yeah. And it has all the probes in there.
Yeah.
Put them in there and it just sends to my phone like this one's done, boom.
I have that for my thermometer, but you know,
You got the meter?
yeah.
Yeah. I had one too. It got lost in Burdick's
The
Tavern.
first time
Yeah.
I used it.
First time I used it, gone.
Yeah.
Out of
Really?
here. Yeah.
So
We have the thing that you stick on the
The charger.
refrigerator.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing. It's
We
still
have
there
that
without
still.
without the thing. Just hoping it comes back. It's like losing a dog. That's what-
Like my earring. I still have the one earring
Right.
because
Yeah,
I
it's-
will find it someday.
the first time I used it, I like the reader because you have to have the reader connected to it,
Yep.
you know, because it's only so far, and then it's to my app. But I put it on like the bottom of the, you know, Weber, and so it got so hot that it melted the entire thing and just like fell to the ground. So,
There you go.
That's some Natalie shit right there.
Yeah, it was, yeah. I enjoy doing it, and I remember like my buddy, he had an offset smoker that his friend built him, and so I'd go over there like maybe once or twice a year, and he would do a brisket, and you know we'd sit there and just get hammered all day long. You know, he would get up at like 3 a.m. and start it, and I'd
For
show
the
up
kids
at, like,
watching,
6.
binge drinking is not good.
Right? Yeah, but now I will say this: I don't know if you do this. It is okay at a certain.
It is okay. He said it, not me.
I don't know if you do this, but I always make sure, like, obviously you start your smoking early in the morning. I make sure I have a beer first thing in the morning to like, cheers to
Wake
the,
up. Cheer. I don't do
know.
that.
yeah,
He does it.
Believe it or not.
really.
Yeah, you would think so. I mean, I've been here
Yeah.
every single
I try to have a good beer. Yeah. Now one thing.
Was it that beer, that type of beer? So
it
you
was
can
not a
plug
Willow
that?
Rock. I am drinking Willow Rock brunch with recessed coffee and cedar vale maple
So-
syrup. Who's a client of ours?
Oh, nice.
Willow Rock is that the one
That's one we were talking about.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I'm wondering because
And Saul's friends with them.
Yeah, because
Yes.
Saul,
Yeah.
we were supposed to
Yeah.
have that tasting,
Oh yeah.
and
yeah.
then Saul with everything, and he's like, "Well, you could do it with Willow Rock," and
Yeah.
I'm like, "Well, it's kind of
Yeah.
I'm not against it, but
Yeah.
like to do it now and to try to
I know,
it
yeah.
was just it
We'll
was a
have to
little
talk about that
chaotic."
again.
Yeah.
You know, we can revisit it.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, we could talk about it. So one of the owners just got back from or is getting back from vacation this week. So they've been just crazy busy because it's one of them that's been up there doing it. I just reached out to Saul actually to come on the podcast,
Oh, yeah?
and I've wanted to have him on for a while and just sit here for like a couple hours and pick
Yeah.
his brain.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's a fun brain to pick.
I think we're gonna wait and do it when after he gets some more beer, and then he's gonna bring the beer down and we'll sample
Yeah.
it while we're talking.
Yeah,
That's when you
he's-
got to get the green screen in my face behind you.
I mean, I know.
Yeah, it'd be like, is Joel behind me?
It would be kind of cool to like open a beer and drink it and then talk about it for
Talk about
20
it,
minutes.
100%.
And then another beer. You
Well,
know?
my whole thought, too,
And
is
then
like the
another
next
beer.
one that
Yeah.
we do, the next one that we do, we like we did at the restaurant one time.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we have,
With the ghost.
yeah, with the ghost that ruined everything.
We still got
restaurant
the
doesn't have
audio.
ghosts,
We just didn't
saying.
get
Yeah,
the
it's just
video.
audio.
No, Sarah's pretty stern on.
Listen,
I've
was
never had an experience,
Some sort of.
but
something going on there.
Sarah's more
There's an
in
apparition there.
tune to that kind of stuff than I.
I am. Sarah seems like she'd be more in tune to some of that kind of stuff.
We have to get her here one of these
That'd be
days.
fun.
Yeah.
She wants to.
Growing up in church, I am a little bit more. Anything I'm going to say right now after what I just said doesn't sound crazy.
I'm looking at you, buddy. Let's hear it. I can't wait for this.
Have you met
can't
him?
wait.
I mean, I don't know if you can top
Right.
this.
Oh, boy.
I grew up in like charismatic church, like non-denominational. So like it was, whatever. Anyways, but we were a little bit more into like I can't find. I'm trying to think of
spirituality.
Yes, thank you. That's a normal way of saying it.
I got you.
So I've had some experiences over the years of that kind of stuff, right? Actually, here's a funny story. It's hyper religious, but it's still a funny story. When I was like 16 and 17, I went on these mission trips to Brazil. And so they were 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, 2 weeks for each trip. Anyways, so it's like the movie, like, what was that really scary movie?
Friday the 13th.
No, Ghostbusters 2.
Deliverance, or not Deliverance.
Avengers Endgame.
With a possessed girl who walks upside down on her hands down the stairs.
Oh,
from like the 70s.
Oh my gosh.
Exorcist.
Yes.
The Exorcist.
Yes.
That spins around.
Yeah.
So bummed that I didn't get that before.
So
I said Endgame.
Actually, funny.
I said Ghostbusters too, because I'm sorry, that was the scariest movie. The dude coming out of the painting, scary as hell.
Funny story. My uncle, who is now a pastor, saw The Exorcist like 3 times in a row when it was in theaters, and each time like hit acid and then went in to see the movie. So
why would he do that?
I don't know.
No, you go see Fantasia.
Right.
It was the 70s.
Right.
No,
Exactly.
but still, it's still.
I mean, I've
even
never
in the
done
70s,
acid. I don't know what it does.
That's
Right.
not the thing
But
you watch.
like to see
Yeah, I've
somebody's
never
head
done it
spin
either.
around. No, like
you watch
honestly,
The Matrix
I'm not
nowadays.
like,
I think it's like
Yeah.
The Matrix is like the cool thing
but
to watch.
I would imagine
I
seeing
mean, when I
somebody's
was
head
in
spin
college.
around
Would
with vomit
scare the
and
shit out of
whatnot
you, yeah.
would be pretty nuts.
Train spot.
So we were we weren't like seeking into that stuff, but we like figured it existed, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, dark versus light, good versus evil, all that stuff. So anyways,
Battle with it every day, buddy.
yeah. So I'm in Brazil as a 16-year-old, and during the day, you would be basically in church services all day. So during the day, you would go into like training church services where they're teaching you like, what the Bible says about this, what the Bible says about, and it's all about like praying for people. It's not like, don't have sex or anything like that. Right. So, although that was one day,
That was just one day of the curriculum. It was,
I'm making it sound
courses 200. We're talking about courses 100.
right. I'm trying to make this sound normal.
you're not.
But I'm not.
You can't.
Not at all.
I can't. So,
Just let it go, man. Let it
Just
go.
let it out. Let's hear it. I mean, what the hell? We're swearing.
So
drinking.
they have
Cool.
people
I did
that
say
are,
F. I tried not
so they have, so we call it like if someone's like possessed, right? Not really like head spinning, but if they're possessed, then it's called like deliverance, right? Like they have to be delivered from their whatever. So that's like this 2-part session. It's like a Tuesday and a Wednesday, let's say. And there's like a 10-step model, like, follow these 10 steps and maybe, it'll work.
Demon will be gone.
Right. More or less. Well, I'd only been through the first 5 steps.
And the demon showed up.
I am 16 years old in a foreign country. And
Lord.
so in the morning church services, you're being taught this stuff. In the night church services, you are like the people that are up front praying for people who are sick and all that kind of stuff. And anyways, so this woman, and I'm 16 years old. I have an interpreter standing next to me because I don't speak Portuguese, right? So this woman walks up to me, and this woman, she's like 65, let's say, dressed head to toe in pure black, like jet black hair, long fingernails that are like black, like just black, all right? And so she walks up to me to get
I know exactly what you're
I
receive prayer for something.
I got a lot of things going in my brain right now, buddy. I'm just
she wanted to get prayed for like a cough or whatever, like something like that, right? And so as I'm praying for her, she starts choking, can't breathe, choking. And in my head, I'm like, she's got a demon.
Did you start steps 1 through 5?
Did you hit her with holy water real quick?
Unfortunately, I didn't have steps 6 through 10. And so one of the steps in 6 through 10 were don't yell. And so in my head, I'm like, I need to yell at this thing. So I'm like,
demon, get out. You're like,
basically. And so as I'm continuing to pray for this woman, she's still choking. And in my head, all I see is like the newspaper the next day that says like American teenager kills Brazilian woman. You know, like that's immediately.
And then
where
you're in
my head
Brazilian
goes.
jail.
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
Like, doesn't matter how religious you are, you're still going to jail.
So needless to say, I wound up stop praying for the woman, and like as soon as I did, like the person who was in charge, like the person who was teaching the deliverance classes, walked by. I was like, grabbed his shoulder, was like, "You need to come over here right now."
And they went
away.
through steps 6 through 10.
Yes,
right
exactly,
right?
and everything was fine at the end of it. Yeah, at the end of it, it was like, "Hey, she's so happy, she's great, everything's fine."
Wait, did I miss what she was choking on?
She was just choking. There's a whole, I mean, if we get into like the Christian things of it, the thought behind it is like, if you are, you know, let's say possessed, which I don't really believe is like a common occurrence, right? But let's say you are, if you're getting prayed for something else, and like this, I'm just going to talk Christian speak for a little bit. So
love it.
All right. So if you're possessed, or if you're, you know, whatever, and you know what it is? It's like, it's the equivalent of you wake up in the morning, you're having a great day, everything's fine, and then all of a sudden somebody runs the red light and almost hits you. You know, like all of a sudden, you know,
and then you get so mad and flip
right,
them off.
and then like you go to the restaurant and like
you slap somebody's
the faucet
food down
broke
like,
at the end, and then, you know, while you're right.
The oven's not hot enough.
Yeah.
The freezer isn't
Exactly.
cold
I got you.
enough. Yeah.
The turn of events start to go.
Yes, that's kind of the equivalent
gotcha.
to it. So
Just spirals.
yes, if this starts happening, the person who's possessed is like, you know, whatever. So that's
Maybe I'm
basically
possessed.
Yeah. I'd say it on a daily basis.
right. That's basically what happened. So somebody who knew how to fix the faucet just had to come in. Because I was the dumb 16-year-old American who was screaming at this woman, "Get out of her, demon!"
It is awesome.
I wish there was
you
some
were
video
straight
content
saying
for
that,
this.
I wasn't straight saying that, but I was like definitely raising my voice and like praying. And this woman's like choking,
The
you know.
power of Christ compels you.
It was a terrible
This
situation.
does sound
Oh my
like
God.
Ghostbusters too.
Yeah.
No, but have you like you grew up in the like I did too. My parents were they were.
Don't say
They
anything where
weren't
people
born
aren't gonna come into the
again.
restaurant.
No,
Yeah.
it's fine. Like my dad grew up Roman Catholic. He grew up in Italy.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was
Pope.
baptized at the Vatican
Oh, wow.
by Pope. Forget which one.
Yeah.
Whatever. So my dad grew up Roman Catholic, and then he came to the States, kind of lost God, and like an Episcopal church kind of like brought them back. So I call them double whammy.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
because like Catholics are already guilty.
Yeah, right.
They're always guilty, but the Episcopal faith is just like Catholicism without all the rules.
Right,
You know,
exactly.
it's like the rock star.
Right.
So, but it was great. Like it was a lot of fun. But I remember there was one woman, and I have to imagine that you heard people speaking in tongues.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And like, I don't know what to make of that.
Yeah.
Like
I
to
have
this
a story
day, like
about
I've
that.
witnessed it, and it's just like,
No, I have a story about that.
are you bullshitting? Like,
Yeah.
Maybe. But one of my best friends, Mike Oliveri, unfortunately just lost his father recently. And, you know, rest in peace. But Mike is, and his whole family, very religious.
Yeah.
I could not tell you the
I know that name for some reason.
what type of church they go to.
Yeah.
But he always wanted me to go. You know, and when I was about 16 or 17, I finally said, screw it.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'll give it a shot.
Right.
You know, so I went, and I'm not the most religious guy.
Right.
Anybody who knows me will back me up on that one.
They can vouch for me.
I went. It was a very nice service, and Mike asked me to come up and pray. You get on your knees and you're sitting there, and this person came by and they were speaking in tongues.
Yeah.
I do not know what the hell happened, but the person that was yelling at me, speaking in a different language or whatever it is, I literally started crying.
Yeah.
Like bawling my eyes out,
emotional.
like, and I had
sure.
no idea what was going on. Like
Yeah.
I was sitting there, and I wasn't brought up that way, right? So
Right.
like I don't know how to pray.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing. Like I'd sit up here and I'm thinking my thoughts of what I would like to happen in my life, maybe. I don't
Right.
know.
yeah, that's praying.
Yeah. So okay, cool. And then all of a
not-
sudden, this person
I mean,
was.
you shouldn't pray for yourself all
Right.
the
Well,
time.
I mean,
But
I do though.
you should pray for other people too.
Yeah, they say.
I pray for you a lot.
I got a lot of problems. So,
Yeah, they
people,
say.
please pray for me.
Right. Everyone who's listening to this.
Yeah,
pray for-
exactly.
and especially Natalie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But it
mean,
was
there's
weird though. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like it was, like
It's-
I didn't know. Like,
we grew
I
up
just
in the
started-
sect that of the version of Christian where we believe in that and encourage it and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, but there's different times and places for speaking in tongues, or praying in tongues, and it is kind of weird. But it's supposed to be one of two things. It's supposed to be really at the end of the day, it boils down to you don't know what to pray. So
That's why you brought me up there, huh?
yeah, so if you don't know what to
Mike?
pray for, you start praying in tongues. As weird as this sound, so
Okay, because see, even growing up,
Yeah.
kind of in the church. Like I said, it was. I never understood. I'm like,
Yeah.
I thought it was like the Spirit speaking through the person. That's.
yeah. So I mean, all right. So with Christianity, there's Father, Son, Holy Spirit, right? So remember the story of Jesus. He got baptized, and the dove, Holy Spirit, came down on him as form of a dove, right? So that is the story of born again Christianity. It's yes, you believe God exists. There's a heaven. There's a hell. Jesus died for your sins. All that kind of stuff. You believe that, but then there's another step of, let's just call it accepting the Holy Spirit, right? So the Holy Spirit is the active member of the Trinity that's on earth. The Holy Spirit's the one that's the still small voice, hey, don't do this, do that, that kind of stuff. So that's the concept of it. So when you're praying in tongues, supposedly that, that movement, okay? But there's definitely time, I was growing up and being, working in mega churches, I was at a dinner. This is a very weird story. I was at a dinner, a pastor's birthday party, an older woman pastor's birthday party. She was a pretty badass woman. She was the first woman to ever be a missionary in the nation of the first woman.
Cambodia?
Something like the Cameroon.
Oh, Cameroon.
But
to be able.
a female pastor,
Yeah.
even now is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
there's parts of there's denominations within the born again culture that are still arguing on whether or not women can be pastors. It's crazy to me.
I'm sorry.
It is crazy too.
Honestly, if you gave me that globe, I could not tell you where Cameroon is.
It's in Africa, I believe. Nice. I only know that because of the story.
Well, let's consult the globe.
Spin it around and see where it takes us.
I want it to start
Right.
spinning by itself.
Oh yeah, see that would be.
If we keep talking about this stuff, we will.
Start speaking in tongues. There we go.
But I was at a dinner where one pastor, it was a dinner of just pastors at this really nice steakhouse in Dallas. And this one pastor said, why don't we each take a turn speaking in tongues and the other person will give the interpretation of it.
But
Wait,
it's
right.
not
Is
an
it
on-demand
Exactly.
thing.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Like
what's
Yeah.
going
it
on?
has
Right.
to it
Exactly.
has to
The power of Christ has to compel you.
Yeah,
It's not like a language, right?
No, it's not.
It's not
no.
like a
that's what I
thing
always
where you
wondered,
go to
like,
class and
is-
you learn
Is-
Spanish.
No,
is
it's
one
not like
person
that. Yeah, you know what I mean?
talking
Like
in
it-
and that was something. I mean, I never really tried to
Yeah.
research it, but so nobody talks in tongues the same, obviously.
Exactly. It's supposed to be there's different times and places for it. You're supposed to do it by yourself when you're just praying, because prayer is really just supposed to be communication with God, right?
The way I always felt about it was like a form of possession.
Yeah.
The way I was taught about it, you didn't have control about it. It just started.
Right.
After I have a few drinks and I just start
Yes,
spewing bullshit,
exactly. Yeah.
that's I'm speaking.
can be
in-
She
that.
talks in tongues
I
all
do.
the time.
Right.
A couple times
exactly.
a week she's
Yeah.
talking in
You know,
tongues. It's wild.
It's a very spiritual.
I cry then
experience.
too, so
I
you
do
know,
too.
it was-
Usually,
we're all crying. She's just throwing out gibberish. It's great.
and then
That's
we
hilarious.
eat frozen French fries, and it's all good.
It's usually after a busy night at the restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there are times like that where it's you talk and somebody interprets it. That whatever. That's a public. You should do whatever. But there's times where years ago I was getting ready and I just felt you need to pray for your brother Robert. who's, like in a high level law enforcement position. I had no idea why or what to say or anything like that. Yeah. I just felt it. So I started praying in tongues because I didn't know what else to, what am I going to do? Like, hope it doesn't stub his toe to, you know what I mean? Stuff like that.
So, like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I honestly have to ask this. Like,
yeah, go for it.
Like, when you got to that point, you're like, man, I got to pray for my brother Robert.
Yeah.
Like, you felt compelled from God to start talking in tongues, right? So, I don't, like, it's just, I don't know, like, my mind, because I've
how
never been
tongues
there.
comes
right,
into
how that comes into play, and, like, what you start saying. And again, I'm sorry, world. It's just me. Like, when I think of it, it's like, did you just, like, Tasmanian devil shit?
Yeah, you don't really think.
The way that I would think about it is you're vocalizing how your feelings feel.
Yeah, it's
so
like
you're vocalizing how your feelings feel without words.
Right? Have you ever well, you would know this because you're a doo-wop artist, but have you ever?
Hey, listen. Everybody loves a good love song every once in a while.
I'm trying
I just
to think.
love them more than more.
Listening that didn't sing to a Boys to Men
Oh,
song.
of course.
End of the road.
I'm trying.
Water
to think.
runs dry. Come on, bro.
Remind me to pull up my Facebook memories when we're done.
We can put it on right now. Pull up the iPad. Let's do this.
No, you weren't going to do it. You said you weren't going to do it.
It's about to be a solo act.
If we pull up mine, we have to pull up yours. That's the only thing.
Oh God.
It's like when you don't know the lyrics to a song, but you kind of feel the song.
Yeah,
that's pretty much what it is.
Oh, I do that all the time.
Right.
I'm so bad at that.
Yeah.
I because I never know names of songs or so I wish I could think of what song it was, but I've been singing it wrong for like 20 years, and it's literally the name of the song. It was, what was it?
Didn't I point it out?
Yeah,
and you were
it was.
like, wait, we were in the car.
That's what they say.
And I like literally sang it, and she's like, wait,
kind of
what
like,
the hell?
what song is that?
I have no idea. I don't know. It was a while ago.
Shit, now it's going to bug me.
Don't swear.
That's
Kids
hilarious.
are watching.
I want something else to get me through this.
Oh,
I always sing off key too.
I know.
So
I can't.
Semi-charmed kind of life.
That's what he said.
Third Eye Blind.
Semi-charmed kind of life.
Third Eye Blind, yeah.
Yeah.
Third Eye Blind.
And that's what the song's called, that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never knew that's what he said.
And I was just
thought he
singing
said-
along.
I thought he
singing
said,
along,
for
and she
real
looked at
time,
me
I
like
said,
I was nuts. Like,
I thought he said, sell me some kind of life, which I think is still a good lyric.
semi-charmed kind of life.
Yeah.
I thought for the whole time, I thought he said, sell me some kind of life.
That's awesome. Yeah. Are you guys going to the Elton John concert?
Yes.
We are.
Are you really?
Actually.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that was
Damn
probably
it.
really
right
loud.
in the old.
I
microphone.
wanted to
Sorry.
freaking.
Sound check. My bad. My bad.
I was like looking at tickets on like one day, and because it's like Elton John, who the fuck like
Never gonna see
I
him
want
again.
exactly. I want to see Elton John.
Yep.
So I was like, the tickets I were looking at were going to be $800 for 4 seats.
See, he got him.
I got him first day, so like I was literally
Yeah.
sitting in a chair scrolling through Facebook, and all of a sudden Syracuse.com was like,
Yeah.
Elton John tickets are on sale right now. So I like hopped on,
Right.
Didn't you
tried to
have
buy the two real quick.
I mean,
and it was
we
like
have, like,
140. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
up
right.
in the nosebleeds, but like we're
Fuck ever. Okay.
Yeah.
the stage is right over here.
Yeah.
like so we still got a good view.
Yeah.
But I lost those. Like
Okay.
for some reason it wouldn't allow me to buy them.
Yeah.
So I went back in, got 2 more tickets, but actually closer.
Oh, that's cool.
But I mean, I got them for $160 a piece.
Yeah, but when
Yeah.
concert
But I mean, if-
time comes, we're gonna
know.
sell them for like
Goddamn right,
$20,000.
It's gonna be like,
No,
there's
actually,
$3,000.
I won't, because I had the chance to see Elton John when Billy Joel.
Oh,
when they
wow.
came, and it was. I had tickets, but it was with a person that I didn't want to spend
Yeah.
a bunch of hours with at that time. So I like literally was at Hungry Chuck's
Okay.
going to go to the concert, and then I just called him. I'm like, I'm just gonna stay here.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
and like
Real bad. So I'm like,
I wanna
I'm not
see,
gonna do.
I always wanted to see Billy Joel. I'm a huge Billy Joel fan.
Yeah.
You know, I sang Billy Joel Uptown Girl in high school.
Nice.
Solo.
Yeah.
Yep, solo. It's pretty.
And every Friday night
awful.
down at 317 Montgomery Street.
Or on Salina Street if you'd like. That would be every other Friday night. No, but like, I mean, the two are kind of like hand in hand. You know,
Yeah,
no,
sure.
it would have been.
Oh, that would have been.
That would have been
killer.
great. Like,
One of the stupidest decisions I've ever made in my life. Like, I don't care. You deal.
Yeah.
By the time I
great.
did, they were like nosebleeds.
Yeah.
At the end of the
That's how it was
stadium.
looking for the Elton
it was
John.
like $900, you know, for those seats. It's like, come on, bro.
So I looked on like day 1 or whatever it was, 2, and then I was like, all right, well, if I'm going to spend that much money, I need to make sure Rebecca's okay with it and she wants to go.
Yep.
And then by the time I thought about it to like even ask her,
Not available.
then the article came out that they were like some tickets were $20,000 or whatever. I was like,
dude, right now they're buying them for like $8,000 right now. You know what I mean? It's over a year away.
Yeah, like the worst seats are like $400 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And can you imagine, like, literally when it's like June, July next year, those things are going to be a gold mine.
He's such a performer. Like,
I know.
I'm so.
I wish
I'm gonna. You know what I'm gonna get?
I'm
I'm gonna get
glad that I'm
those
going
opera
now because
glasses.
I liked it.
What are they called?
Back then, but I have so much more of an appreciation of.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are those opera glasses?
The binoculars?
Yeah, the little ones on the stem. You got to sit there.
Is that what you're going to get those? Yeah. You're probably going to go dress
class it up. Yeah, I'm going to ball. You know, I'm going to look like Ric Flair.
I did for his birthday though, because he loves Ric Flair. I spent an entire. I went to my best friend's house.
We're just finding out all kinds of great things about Joel Carpenter today.
I went to my best friend's house in Rochester, and we spent an entire weekend hot gluing like.
I got to wear it into the
next
podcast.
Wear it in. Onto this extra large silk robe that we bought at Walmart.
Oh my God.
And he calls himself the King of Nedro. So it's got the
you
feathers.
Do this?
No, I did this for his birthday. He didn't even know I was doing it, but he loved Ric Flair. So I'm like, I'm making him a Ric Flair robe.
That is awesome.
So we went to Walmart, got like an extra large ladies like nightgown, satin robe.
It was like
a glued feathers.
It was in the bigger lady section.
Yeah. And then we did like the sparkly KON King of Nedro on the back, and the whole thing is like bedazzled and everything. And we worked
She's
so
just
hard.
Laughing over there.
Like me, my best friend, and I literally, because we were
loser.
using a hot glue gun, like we had blisters on all of our fingers because we're like we have these little tiny gems, and we're like pushing them in, and the glue is still hot.
Oh my God!
And he was actually out of town. I think you were at like a digital dealer or something.
Vegas, I believe. Yeah.
And I wish I had it there. Freaking excited about giving it to him. Like he got off the plane, like he's super jet lagged, like he's just in a pissy, shitty mood. Yep. And like
here's your birthday
my
present.
Hanging out like a dog, like awesome. Like I'm so excited. Love like it. Here, open it. It's gonna be so cool. You're gonna love it. And he like opens it and he's like,
That's hilarious.
I'm like, I spent like
I'm going to go to bed. I'll see you later.
Oh my God.
I videoed it and everything.
Dude, the red eye from Vegas is pretty much the worst.
Oh yeah.
After you've drank like the whole night.
I bet. Yeah.
And for like 5 days.
You should wear it sometime.
I'm gonna bring it in here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta
when
make
we
some
set up as the talk show.
Yeah.
Like the official talk show.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Oh, see, when I'm the first guest,
right.
Of course I wear it in.
Yeah.
I'm not going to wear like tights and whatnot.
But this is the shit I do like when I have time. Like I love doing things.
She's crafting. So we're Marvel
I make
So she
Marvel.
made a Groot. Like
from
a baby
paper mache Groot.
Wow.
Paper mache, which I never ever
for
did.
a birthday party.
Jeez.
And then she made a friend of ours, Liza. She made Black Panther, this whole big like Black Panther cave with this huge Black Panther and whatnot. Like
Jesus,
she's pretty crafty.
But I don't have time to do this.
She doesn't.
I can't do
we got
that
a restaurant.
stuff
That's
anymore.
what we got to do.
And that's like.
Did anybody know
that
we actually own a restaurant?
Yeah,
it's called 317 Montgomery Street.
Nobody's here for that, Joel.
Yeah, exactly. We've talked about God.
Back
we've
to
talked
Brazil.
About Marvel, Brazil. Ric Flair.
Oh my
God!
If I finish Groot, will you hang?
You should put it right in the back.
You should. That would be cool. I was
He's
gonna,
in a planner.
I was just about to say maybe you should hang that from the hook outside. Where
no, we should put it here. So it's one of your guests.
Is it tall? Is it like really big?
It's about this big.
It's like
off the ground.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So what? I gotta tell you what I used to make it. I used like a 1970s vacuum cleaner. and
I did not know
a
this.
milk carton. Yeah, your mom's old vacuum cleaner. Remember
She's
it had
gonna be
the
delighted.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom. She still thinks that
And-
we use it.
For that.
Yeah, she's like, you're not using it?
and a milk carton.
Wow.
And I made Groot.
It looks
baby
great.
Groot when he's
Yeah.
still in the like little
In
potter
the little pot when
at
he's
the
dancing
end.
and
He's
Okay,
like-
yeah.
And he's doing this too.
Yep, we're huge nerds.
Yeah,
So
apparently.
Ric Flair.
You wear
Groot.
that robe and hang out with
Yeah, I
Baby
sing
Groot.
Boys to Men in my robe. It's a,
You sing it to Baby Groot? Yeah.
sing it to. It's just me and Baby Groot on the couch. It's
After you drank a bottle of Halloran.
yeah, it's a real joyous time.
Yeah.
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 I speak in tongues
Maybe.
after that too. So
To Baby Groot. Yeah.
I think our sales might go down.
yeah,
After
it's
this.
100%.
Nobody listens.
Yeah,
It's okay.
nobody's gone.
Actually, I was like trolling somebody on Instagram today. That wasn't trolling him, but there was an asshole on Instagram commenting on one of the podcast video from Kasai, and so I was like roasting this guy back. And then after like 2 or 3 back and forths, he finally said, "Listen, I love your podcast. I'm an active listener. I don't want to get into this anymore." I felt so bad. I was like, "Fuck." It's like we just lost a listener.
No, you know
Yeah,
what
but
people
still at the same time, like
that's what
I
people don't
know.
really
Like,
understand.
I have to assume
is that we're allowed to have our own. Yeah.
I have
We're
to
allowed to have our own fucking opinions, right?
Yes.
And we can sit here and argue all day. If you brought something up that I didn't really, look, I'm not a religious guy. I was sitting here yucking it up. I wasn't laughing at you. I wasn't laughing at your religion.
Yeah, but I was
what I was
roasting this
doing. No, I get it.
but
but like
at
me
the
and my
same
buddies
time,
roast
like-
each other all the time.
Oh
you
my
know,
God.
like,
Yeah.
via text. Like we were sitting.
They
there.
are if you want to have a funny podcast, get him
We should
and
get me,
the
Mike,
owner
Josh.
of Burdix.
We should get us
on
all
here
in here and
and
just
Yeah.
have a bunch of whiskey and just hang out because
I mean,
it
I
will
like
be
to
the
think I'm
greatest
a
time
funny
of all.
guy sometimes,
Yeah.
but man, those guys, I
Yeah,
always,
but I don't know if you could
like-
literally. I don't know if you could publish it.
We published the one where you drank a whole bottle of
Yeah,
Halloran.
you did.
So
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
we publish pretty much whatever we want. Here.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's
No, but
great
I mean,
about
we-
podcasts.
But when we go
though.
to the talk show, we obviously have to keep it PC.
We have to keep
Yeah.
it PC,
Yeah.
right? I mean, you're still going to be saying fuck
But
and
it's
everything.
it's
gonna be on
crazy
NBC.
what these guys do to. I mean, but it's there's so much you still feel the love.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, because
It's
like
like,
we're
fuck you, you're fat and bald. and I hate your dog, and they're like, I don't know. It's just,
Wow, that sounds awful.
it sounds
Yeah,
like a
it-
real whiz banger. Natalie.
whiz banger? Did you just say whiz
Yeah,
banger?
we're
You can't
talking-
even make fun
I'm bringing
of
it
me now.
back to the
You
idea
can't
of it
even
being a
make fun of
70s
me.
He's coming back to the
show.
doo-wop
See,
lingo.
I'm bringing it all back.
Yeah.
I know how to
I
run a show.
don't think
I
whiz
know what's
banger
going
was
on
a
here.
thing back then.
It was.
It was
60s and 70s. That's what it was.
Is that what it was?
I think we need to look that
Look it
up.
up.
I don't think
Google
it's
it.
true.
Google it.
Actually, eventually, Callie and I were just talking about that, where we'll have the TV connected and Callie can look stuff up.
And you're going to have an earbud real quick.
Yeah.
And she's going to be like, he's a fucking liar.
No,
It's like,
tell him, press into that one.
yeah.
Joel lied.
Press him on that shit because he's
It just
fucking
won't
lying.
work because she's sitting a foot behind me.
Yeah.
So if she says something in my earbud, you'll still be able to hear her.
Is she saying, can this end now?
No, but we do. We got to figure out something to do with the TV.
Yeah, put pictures up, of shit we're
Yeah.
talking about. I think that'd be
cool.
awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of people talking in tongues.
Dude,
Yeah.
I got to be the first one. I have to be.
First guest when we get all
have
that
to
stuff
be.
ready. Yeah.
Yes.
I think we might move stuff around on Saturday and just kind of see, how it works.
Be on
how it
Saturday.
Do you
Well,
want
evening.
Joel to help you? Because he won't.
I will not. I don't do manual labor.
No, I
Do
got
you want him
Callie.
to help you to move?
Yeah, I.
Callie's back there. She's
Yeah.
good. Right,
My-
Callie?
Yeah, she's like great.
Yeah. So we got to figure out to get a bigger green screen, do all that kind of stuff.
Can
Buy
I be
another
like the
camera.
next Loki too?
Oh my God.
You watch that?
Yeah, Marvel. Yeah. Rebecca and I watched all of them in order during
Yeah.
COVID.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
We
That's
kind
great.
of
We kind of
attempted.
tried to, but it's just a lot.
Yeah, it was
And
definitely a lot.
honestly, we know them all.
But like the new Loki show,
I haven't watched that.
nuts, bro.
My
It's
brother
good.
just bought the new Black Widow, whatever.
We went and watched it first night.
Yeah.
Well,
Was it good?
Well, she watched.
I
half of
watched
it
half of it.
with
So
Scarlett.
what happened was, and this
What a
is
nightmare.
what do you
like-
mean? You went to the theater?
Yeah. So
Wow.
this is,
Got
but
tickets.
this is
It was like,
like,
our coming out party. We're like, yes, we can finally be
but
humans.
this kind of like coincides with everything that's going on with every business
I'm
right
gonna
now.
nod yes, and I
is-
don't even know what she's talking about.
people don't have enough employees, and they don't have the right employees, and they don't have time to train employees. So we have a 5-year-old who's super excited about this movie. And we sit through
a 43-year-old that was way more excited than the 5-year-old.
We like to watch the previews. So we sit through half-hour previews. Then the movie starts.
The worst.
And it's
worst.
like 1980s, like race car driving. And
Dude,
we're watching
they put
like
on the
10
wrong
minutes.
movie.
Oh,
They
really?
put
I
up-
was getting there.
I know. I had to jump in there because you were taking too
so
long.
they
It was horrible.
So we're all looking at each other like,
I'm
is
looking
this
at my
right?
phone like.
Were there a lot of
maybe
people in the theater?
Maybe
There- you
Scarlet
would think
Witch
there
grew
was,
up in
but
a
there
race
wasn't.
car family.
So-
I don't know what's going on.
Well,
Like,
yeah, that's what I thought. So then they figured out it was the wrong movie. Okay, great.
Shut it off.
Then they shut it off, started the right movie, but with all the previews.
With all the
So
previews, but
another
it took them
half
15
hour,
minutes
45
before they got
minutes
that on.
to get
Oh,
for
that
the
was
previews. So
awful.
now I have a 5-year-old who's been waiting an hour to
Wore
even
her-
start this
Yeah.
movie.
Wore her Black Widow jacket.
This is
Oh.
the best.
Wore her Black Widow jacket and
The
had
same
her
one that you
Black
have?
Widow, yeah, same one.
She had her Black Widow action figure.
Yeah.
Which is
Wow.
like
I
this
was like
big.
in there like,
Yeah.
can't fucking wait.
So
you know what
excited.
I mean? Like
So we ended up having to leave, right?
they had to
We
leave because like the
she
action
got,
scenes were coming up, but
she
if
got
the actual
antsy
movie
and she was
Yeah.
like walking
would've been
around,
playing on
and
time.
I'm not going to do that. To
Yeah, it would have
people.
been fine.
But
Yeah.
so we left. And we go sit somewhere to eat.
Oh,
and
the
then
fucking
and then I
worst.
text Joel and I'm like, she left her jacket and her doll. And he's like, okay.
Yeah, okay.
So he's
so
walking
Jenna
out
Ray
of
and
the
I, Jenna
theater
Ray and I
with
leave. I have her fucking coat, and I
And
got
then
the Black
the
Widow doll,
doll
and I'm
is-
walking out like this, and like all these people are looking at me, and I'm like, Jenna Ray, can you grab this fucking doll real quick? Like, I don't want to carry this around. I'm a 43-year-old man. Like, I look like a weirdo. Like, yeah, I got the coat and I got the fucking doll. Like, oh, and I'm like walking, and she's like, I don't want to look weird, and I'm like, that's my 14-year-old, and I'm like,
Yeah.
one of us has to, and she's like,
gonna be you.
gonna be you, and I'm like, motherfucker. So like, I'm walking, and
theater.
this old lady's like looking at me like, what the hell?
That's
She like,
hilarious.
And he's got
tag somebody?
and he always has to get like the commemorative popcorn
popcorn bucket.
Bring it to the movie
and
tavern?
so he's got the popcorn
No,
bucket
at the
with
mall.
with
Okay.
Black Widow on
You
it.
should go
He's
to
got the
RPX.
drink cup with the Black Widow on it. He's got the doll.
Yeah, I had all the shit, bro.
And-
I had,
And the
I had the
jacket.
doll. I had the fucking commemorative shit. I had the coat.
That sounds like in high school when in health class you had to take the baby for the night, like the fake baby doll, remember?
Yeah.
And I went to dinner with like my sister when I had that, so I had this fake baby with me at the restaurant. That's what it reminds me
It
of.
was horrible. It was
my God,
literally
I
horrible.
wish
We get
I
over
would
to
have given
first of all,
anything
Scarlett
to see
wanted to
that.
go
Oh
to
my
TGI
God.
Fridays, and I'm
Which-
sorry, TGI Fridays, you blow.
Are they open in the mall?
Servers.
The worst. The servers
the
were
server
great.
was amazing.
The
Yeah.
food
The
was
server
the
was
absolute
amazing.
worst shit I've ever had in
Yeah.
my life. That'd be
Yeah, I'd
literally
imagine
embarrassed.
like the worst restaurants to go to right now would be mall restaurants.
it was terrible. Like we got the.
Like I said, everybody's
All I thought was like,
Or actually,
get
they
the
might be
appetizer
better.
platter.
Fucked.
We'll get the appetizer platter, right?
Yeah.
We'll get that. And we actually know somebody, Fanye. Love you, buddy. He works there. Great service.
Yeah.
Everybody was great.
The service was amazing.
It was just I got
And they all
I
had
got
pride
the
shirts
stupid
on, which was really cool.
yeah.
what the hell was it?
You got the
I got the
platter.
platter,
so
but
I had
the,
potato skins.
the potato skins. I don't think I've ever had a potato skin where you could throw it at somebody and injure them. Like literally, it was so deep fried that it was like it clicked and it was like
Yeah.
It was horrible. Like everything was bad there.
Yeah.
Other than the mozzarella sticks.
The mozzarella sticks are
Mozzarella sticks
really
were
good.
the bomb. Like,
Yeah.
I loved
They
them.
always are.
But
But, you know,
everything
they're
else
just-
sucked. Anyway, if you go to 317, you don't get any of that madness. You don't get any of the tomfoolery. You don't.
Well, you don't
any-
get potato
You
skins
don't
or
get the horrible potato
fried-
skins.
fried mozzarella
You get a
sticks
good
either.
wholesome meal, and,
Yeah.
and you get to talk to me.
And listen to your singing.
Yeah, no.
You know, those two bump outs really are set up. Those two, opposite table. They're
Nope.
set up for a band
They're not-
or a
they're not
performer of
set up
some
for
sort.
anything.
So I was
They're
looking
set up
at
for
our
people to have a
liquor
good meal.
license,
That's what they
and
were.
I don't think we're allowed to have.
Music? No. That was a nice save of Joel and Natalie.
Well, because no, honestly, like
No, it's seriously
Upstairs- because, like,
we have
upstairs-
apartments.
Well, how loud are you going to sing without a microphone?
I don't know. We threw a
I
mini
still want
prom.
like a mariachi,
I-
Joel.
yeah.
Yeah, we threw a mini prom for Liverpool, the juniors.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
And
we
it
thought
was
the
so
floor was
loud.
gonna cave in.
I was downstairs, so like we have the downstairs seating.
Yeah.
And the floors aren't built for
Dancing.
30
Next time
people
the dancing
jumping
goes down.
up
Yes.
and down all at the same time. So
The
we have a
chandeliers
chandelier.
are like-
And like Mike Alveri, I was just talking
Yeah.
about him earlier. We were sitting down there having something to eat real quick, and I looked over and I was like, "Holy shit!" And he's like, "What?" And I was like, "I think they might come through the ceiling."
I honestly
And literally
did
the
too.
chandelier was like, and it was like not just rattling; it was like a foot.
Oh, that's hilarious.
You know what I mean? And I'm like,
And
that's
it's like
gonna really
it's one
suck
of the
if they all come
oldest
through.
buildings in Syracuse. So
Yeah.
like I don't know how reinforced that shit
Yeah.
is. Like I got worried at one point.
It's
I'm
literally
like,
just the wood floor, and
but it's
just
totally
And that's
safe
it.
and totally
Like
sound.
Yeah.
Like
It's
But if
come
you come for
there.
dinner, everything's okay.
It's this, but like I guarantee you that the floor.
Yeah. Well, that's
Not
pretty.
as good
No,
as
I mean,
it's
yeah, but those
the floor is
yeah.
perfectly safe.
Well, I guess it's a floor. Yeah.
I mean, when you come
I mean,
into our
we've
restaurant,
got
you're completely
inspected,
safe.
like
Yeah.
60 times.
right.
It's not going to be a
Nothing
Florida
to worry
thing,
about,
I
yeah.
promise.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
I thought that you had Moscow mules here. What the hell is going on here, bro?
You know, Rebecca bought this for me for Christmas, and one thing we've learned over our 3 Christmases
1.
together.
Oh.
Now you're so
We're coming up
dead.
on our 2nd wedding anniversary in October.
Really?
4
When
years
is it?
together.
When are we celebrating?
October
Let's go.
15th.
We should get together.
Yeah.
At 317.
Come on,
no.
man.
That'd be
No, we don't even need to do it there. We'll go somewhere. We'll go to Burdick Tavern.
We'll record
Yeah.
a podcast.
Yeah, we'll do the podcast from Burdick Tavern. It will be phenomenal.
Stop plugging verdicts.
Why?
Why
I
are
love
you-
them.
Are you
I
there
do
now?
too.
It's
No,
my
he's
best friend.
not.
No,
He's-
No,
we
it's my
just.
best friend.
I went there and looked at test drove a couple trucks about a month ago.
Oh, he's talking about the car dealership.
Yeah.
Oh, the Ford.
I test drove
Lightning?
I kind of want to get the Jeep Gladiator.
I want the Ford Lightning.
See, I like
That's the
the
electric one?
Gladiator too.
Start off.
I
with
had a
38 grand,
Wrangler.
Yeah.
Second stupidest
Wait, what were
decision
you
I
looking
ever
at?
made.
The Jeep Gladiator.
the ones that you don't
Don't ever
like.
do that.
I test drove.
Don't ever do that.
I test drove the Gladiator, the Chevy Silverado, and Toyota Tacoma.
Yep.
And
Tacoma's good.
I didn't like the Tacoma.
No?
It was you like I didn't feel like it didn't feel like a truck.
Right.
Felt
Felt like a car.
Yeah.
Car with a truck body.
Right.
Yep.
The Silverado, I love the fact of like having a big pickup truck, but I don't like the idea of like having to drive that downtown and park downtown. So that's why I like the Gladiator, because it felt comfortable to drive in. It felt like it was driving a Jeep.
I wish.
I'm gonna say this right now, and I'm sorry.
I would that.
I think that's the most hideous, awful looking
supposed
fucking
to be
vehicle
pretty.
in the
And
world.
so I agree with you unless
It's
it's
horrible.
lifted.
Like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You're gonna carry your
I'm
fucking
gonna
tackle box
off-road in Syracuse,
It's
New
like,
York. That's what I'm gonna
You
do.
got a
Right.
truck. You're
I'm
a
gonna
tough
go
guy.
to the trails.
That's awesome. I got a
I'm
truck.
gonna live free.
Oh, you're gonna
all
live
that
free. You're
good
gonna be out in
stuff.
the woods.
Montgomery Street, an actual.
You're gonna be in the
straight
woods.
street.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
fantastic.
Well,
And,
you
like
you guys need an off-road vehicle with all the construction that's been
you're
going
fucking
on.
right.
through
Can you believe this
Has
bullshit?
that affected business?
100%. Like, listen, we talked about this, and I love you bring it up.
Hold on. I just want to say just real quick that I love this Joel when he's like 4 drinks in and now all of a
And
sudden
I'm ready to fucking roll. Let's go.
totally over
Get the
here.
fuck out of here. Let's do this.
I'm out of here.
My time. I got it.
Guys. It was fun.
No, but like, I talked to like everybody that comes into the restaurant, right? And it's horrid.
yeah.
Like
It needs
the
to happen, though.
conversation
Yeah.
that
Well, yeah.
it needed to happen. 100%, because like
But then it
there
didn't.
was a thing that was going around. I don't know if it's true that they said that like when they dug up some of these
roads.
sewage pipes,
Yeah.
some of them were part
They're
wood.
water pipes.
Oh,
though.
that's
They're not
100% true. Yeah.
Wood.
They're
Yeah.
Right.
water pipes, so
Yeah.
not
So-
sewage pipes.
Yeah, the water lines, some of the water lines are literally made out of wood.
That can't be good
No.
for drinking
Yeah. for
at all.
Yeah. But that's 100% true in
Okay,
Syracuse.
good. Well, at least I'm not lying.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's true in.
I'm sure it's true.
probably-
Yeah.
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 So, like, my whole thing is like I go out and talk with everybody, and we're sitting there,
Just
shooting
putting
the
out
shit.
fires all over
Bam,
the
bam, how's everything going? Blah blah blah. And,
If you're from out
you
of
know,
town.
the conversations are always, it's two things now. It's COVID.
Yeah,
and we're
right.
all like, you know what? And I'm always like, we're still here.
Yeah.
We're still here.
All right.
Lights are on.
Yeah.
You got hot food.
Yeah.
But for the past like 3 weeks to a month and a half.
Yeah, now
even my produce guy.
Nobody can fucking get here.
I had to,
you know what I mean?
Like, they're trying to fucking close you down.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, dude.
I had to go to
need my shit.
Luna Loca joined the Eat Local card, so I had to like go down there and
they closed East or Montgomery off from both sides of East Fayette.
So I had to park
Salina,
like, over by
Salina,
the fish farm, which isn't that far,
Montgomery.
but it was just a pain in the ass.
And you know what they did though? A week ago, after there was actually access there, but 2 weeks ago there was access.
Yeah.
They put a sign up. Businesses are open here.
Yeah, right.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, that's great. I mean,
you guys are the best.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass to figure out how to park and get there, but yeah.
But we would have people literally calling like, well, we're trying to get there.
Yeah.
6 o'clock reservation.
Right.
Oh yeah, I wasn't even calling people because I'm like,
we're gonna be there as soon as we find a parking spot.
Yeah.
And if you know anything about downtown, those are the 3 streets that everybody parks on.
Right.
So where where
are you gonna park? Yeah, Amano. I mean, Amano has the issues when there's like with where they're at for parking, and they've been like Alex has said before that they've had people that like cancel a reservation because I can't find a parking spot. So I can't imagine when the whole street shuts down.
We haven't had anybody cancel.
Call and cancel and say that. Like we've had obviously no shows, and maybe that would have been.
I always find a parking spot there, but I'm also there like kind of weird hours.
Yeah,
I need to come back down for dinner soon.
No, so listen, we were just talking about this. We are actually talking, if we're talking shop now, about maybe thinking about
what are we
brunch?
thinking about? Oh yeah.
That's a good idea.
Once a month.
That's a really good
Well,
idea.
it was something that we were planning on doing before COVID started, and then, but I'm super psyched about it. I've done it there before. I'm probably way too
And
far.
the 2 churches, like
that'd be great. On like a Sunday?
Yeah, 2 of them.
Oh yeah.
Sunday or
Sundays.
Saturday?
So there's one church down the road. The one
We have the Episcopal Church, and then we have the.
Is that what that is? The Episcopal one?
The one on East Fayette.
Yeah.
So they have 2 services. One at 7:30.
Yeah.
I think you're thinking of the
one down on the left.
You're thinking of the one in Columbus Circle.
Yes.
That's a Catholic church.
That's
Catholic
right?
Church.
I don't
Is
know
it?
any
I don't
different. I'm sorry. Sorry,
I'm
Mike.
pretty sure it's a Catholic church.
When I was driving by the other day, I was like, I've never been in there. Actually.
It's Columbus Circle.
Yeah.
Good old
Catholic, Italian.
Columbus,
You know, I mean,
I am Native American, so let's not just bring.
I had friends. The only thing I don't really give a shit. I mean, if people feel, I mean,
I'll take it down right now if you want.
Yeah, I don't care either way if the statue stays or goes. But the one thing that does frustrate me is the hardcore Italians that have created the Columbus statue in favor of Facebook post. They keep
he didn't sail for Italy. That's like.
Well, they keep running these Facebook ads and they're spending hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars. But they're not just like keep the statue alive.
Any of these.
They are like it's like
keep the statue alive.
No, it's not that. They're like attacking Ben Walsh.
They're attacking the historical society because they think that I talked and he's like people are calling us because it's not their decision to take down the statue,
right?
But it's their decision on.
Where it goes.
And obviously, like, I don't think these things should be destroyed.
Yeah.
I think that they should be in museums.
Yeah.
Like, learning, like,
this
is who this person is. This is what this person did. But you have to think, too, there's
where's it going to go? What museum is it going to go in?
In OHA. Like
have you guys seen?
Like, this is a historical.
It's going to go in front of your restaurant.
Yeah, right in front of my restaurant. That would be fantastic.
I don't think it's still art.
Well,
it
is art. But can I ask this?
It shouldn't be destroyed.
I've been there with my.
Should it be memorialized that way?
Yeah,
I've been there with my daughter, and I'm Native American.
Yeah,
and it's tough. It's tough because
Scarlett loves to go there.
and like I pointed out a couple of things to her that are pretty rough, man.
Yeah,
like if you see it. If you look at it as a whole,
right,
as a sculpture, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
wonderful job. I'm not gonna not gonna.
It's cool to have that in
piss on anybody
Syracuse.
that did that.
There's nothing else like that in Syracuse.
But you know what? We probably shouldn't talk about this. I
personally, I don't care about like. I just not that I have decided like fuck these people. I just don't have. I don't have an opinion one way or the other on if the statue stays or goes.
But I'm also
I have people on both sides. I'm
but
good.
I'm also like, do people really fucking pay attention to these things anymore?
The things that frustrate me about
we
it
got a bunch of fucking people that are like
are these people, and I'm not like
doing shit.
I'm not like a massive like how dare you talk bad about Ben Walsh person.
I don't.
Ben Walsh has been very good to us.
So the things that frustrate me though,
very good to restaurants. He really has. He did that.
Yeah. The things that frustrate me are that Syracuse is like we're getting a little bit bigger, but we're still a small city, very tiny, small city, and still kind of an old school culture in a little bit. And the thing that frustrates me is that whoever the group is that's trying to preserve the statue, the Columbus people, the billboards right out there, is that they are running Facebook ads, spending thousands of dollars on them. And I only say I'm guessing thousands because of how many comments and likes and shares the posts have. But they're doing ones where it's like a pixelated picture of Ben Walsh, and then behind him they've like photoshopped a shadow of like Pinocchio and shit like that. And
madness, bro.
To me, that's frustrating because, you know, like we should have like more normal people in the area who don't think that that's a good idea. So anytime I see the post,
it's a good idea.
We're still upstate New York, though.
Yeah, for sure.
We're still upstate New York.
Yeah. So that's the only thing that frustrates me about it. But yeah. Anyways, I don't know how we got on that topic. I was going to ask you guys.
We're going to have to buy you a bottle.
No. Listen, this stuff has been sitting here. This stuff has been sitting here forever.
He brings us in here to drink up all of his
anything you don't want people to drink, like anything you need to get
all
rid
the
of.
terrible booze.
I've got a bottle of vodka.
317 in here.
I've got a bottle of vodka and rye that we have to get through.
No.
No to vodka or no to rye?
No rye.
Both.
Really?
No rye. I'm like God's
One thing I think would be cool though with like doing the cocktail series.
Yes.
Is if when I do podcasts, if we had like a little bar area, but then in this
and
massive
somebody coming over and serving everybody and whatnot.
Well, I think it'd be cool to like have somebody here making like official cocktails.
I know somebody that could be a bartender, like do that
They
thing.
could.
Yeah.
I mean,
not you.
I was a bartender for.
I'm not talking about like the guest would make a cocktail for us. I'm talking about
Maybe
like
they should.
You know, like having like somebody like the person who's doing the videos, maybe.
Yeah. No, but like I got a bunch of people that.
Yeah. But then we have to like, you know, this space is so large.
Well, why don't we just
obviously.
turn this into a bar?
Yeah.
And charge people per drink every time.
There we go.
That's good.
I got to invite you guys on and then charge you $20.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'll give you $20 right now.
No, you won't.
What'd you guys do on the break? Did you go anywhere?
Oh my God, I didn't settle down. I mean,
Really?
as far as the restaurant was concerned, I was like, I'm
Yeah.
not thinking about you.
That's
I'm
good.
not touching you. I don't even care. But I did so much stuff with my daughter, like so
that's
much
cool.
stuff, so many wonderful things. It was a really great, because she's starting school this year too. So
Oh,
it was
nice.
like the last summer, and it was like we took the week off of the restaurant, and so we went. So what did we do?
What did you guys do?
We did
It
everything.
was all without me. So that's cool.
Well, you
What'd you guys
had
do?
you had opportunities to go. So we went to 3rd of July is like at Tisco Lake. That's when
Okay.
they do all their stuff. And friends of mine just purchased. Why are you laughing at me?
I'm laughing at his fucking Birkenstocks.
Oh, I love Birkenstocks.
I know you do.
They're comfortable, man.
And
know they're-
they're so
I've had 'em
in
for like
right now.
3 years.
Walmart fucking flip-flops here. I'm good. So go ahead.
So anyway, so our friends got a boat, and I hadn't been on the lake in a boat in a few years. So Scarlett and I went on the boat, and it was her first time on the boat, and she
Oh, wow.
was just like ecstatic. And then my friend Jessica, who's just a wonder, she's my heterosexual life partner. She knows everybody everywhere. So she had friends that do this huge
Friends.
they do this huge party on their land. They live above the lake, but they do this whole fireworks display. And he's he's certified pyrotechnic. So like they did this beautiful, like their house, it's at their house, but they have an outside bar and they call it the Milkweed. And
that's cool.
And just these wonderful fireworks. So we did that. And then,
you know why he calls it the Milkweed?
Because they like monarch butterflies, and monarch butterflies feed on milkweed.
There's an actual plant called milkweed.
Yeah, that's what the monarch butterflies like.
And it's a Native American delicacy.
Which the
and
monarch
it's
butterflies
butterfly
like.
or the milkweed? Which one is the delicacy?
I don't know.
So anyway, that was just like the first couple days. So I won't even. We went to Bolt Castle. We went to A Bay. Yeah. We did everything. We went to the movies.
Great.
I got to spend quality time with her, and just
it was a good time, man.
I've started this Saturday is a little different. We have some work to do, but like this past weekend, Saturday, I forget what we did, but I didn't do any work.
No, you got to take that time, especially
That's what we're trying to do now.
Yeah.
Especially now, because I'm going to tell you straight up, like my mental health is like shit canned.
Yeah,
like it's gone.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Out here.
Like,
I mean, it was a rough those couple months that I was working.
No, it's the truth.
Those couple months I was working like crazy. It sucked. Rebecca and I were. I mean, it was awful.
Well,
and
you just talked about like you were working from 6:30 in the morning to 7 at night. And not like. You got no work-life balance, bro.
No,
but
you have
to.
But
you go from like staying at home for almost a year and like having to like change your mental state to be able to accommodate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're trained not to be able to do that. Right. You're trained not to be able to stay home. And then like all of a sudden, like, boom, everything's open back up. And life is like, now it's like, before it was like, there were no jobs.
Right.
Now there's lots of jobs, but no people. So the people who are doing those jobs are overworked when society was overworked anyway.
Yeah.
Like, and then, there's so many factors going into things, and it's just like.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely people are, I mean, and it's not like.
It's driving people crazy.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's driving me
crazy.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Well,
because not only do you have to work, to keep the restaurant open and running and successful, but I don't know if you guys have experienced this, but I'm seeing it just in like some reviews we get for clients, and that is people are complaining about fucking everything right now.
That's where I disagree, because I feel like customers have been so much more understanding.
Really?
And not that I also think that we're operating pretty much on an optimal level right now. So, but I mean, people just, we haven't gotten the complaints that I'm used to getting, like the stupid, shitty complaints.
Yeah.
My problem right now is I can't get anything.
Yeah.
Like I had to change my whole wine list because I can't get any of the wine.
Because everybody,
I have to raise prices on certain things because I can't, like the wedding venues are, now everybody's getting married again. So wedding venues are eating up everything.
Yeah.
So like, whereas a filet, I've never raised a price in it ever.
Yeah, it's
we have
crazy.
to, but
we
they're
have
raising
to
the
because
costs on us.
Yeah.
It's
Everything is
wild,
skyrocketed.
Bro. It's wild.
Which when it was opening, things were getting ready to open back up. Everybody's like,
yes,
costs are
it's
normalized.
the best of all time. But
people are out buying stuff
doesn't
more than
fucking
ever
work
right
that
now.
way. Though.
I've also seen nobody's bitching about prices going up. Nobody's.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
not,
let me tell you this.
Us,
Let me throw on in this.
They are on weird things.
They're doing it, and we can see it in a moment. A moment that people come and just order.
Oh yeah, we have a lot more people ordering appetizers as entrees.
You know what I mean? So that's way different.
Yeah,
that's way different than it
we
ever
are
was.
getting a lot of that, which we never got.
I wonder what other restaurants that's happening to. So I mean, I'm convinced. I've said it before. I'm an idiot, right? Homeschooled, raised in Kentucky. I'm stupid. Having said that, and I've been saying this for the last 3 years, so eventually I'm going to be right. There's got to be some sort of a fucking recession, right? I mean, with how expensive everything is and yada, yada, yada.
It's going to turn back down.
So that's pretty interesting to hear.
I think yes and no.
I mean, we're trying
I want to be the first fucking guy.
You will be. We're trying to do these more often on Monday nights and not Saturday mornings.
Yeah, that works better
Yes,
for us.
because Saturday morning
And most owners are
drinking
closed
and
on Mondays.
Then I get super fucked up and I can't function the rest of the
Then
day.
you can't sing that night at the restaurant.
But I'm not gonna lie, I was not about it at all today. Like,
What, the podcast?
it just it's
She
just
didn't wanna be here.
talking about like the restaurant has just taken over
Yeah, for sure.
every aspect, which I'm not complaining about.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I signed on for.
Yeah.
But it gets you
It's
know, to the point
overwhelming.
where you just gotta like,
It's a little, yeah.
you know, and I'm like, I told Joel, I'm like, I just don't know if I can go
It's a little bit what I'm
talk about,
yeah.
you know, like,
I'm kind of glad that we didn't just talk about
I am,
any
well,
regular
honestly,
stuff
it's
like
been
restaurants.
therapeutic
We
for
didn't
me.
talk about
because it's-
317
but
tonight.
we
Yeah.
didn't, but it's also reminded me, like, I know
How
I'm
life
not the
is.
only person going through this at the
Yeah.
same time. Like, I know other restaurants are
Oh, for sure.
feeling, and other owners are feeling the way that
Yeah.
I feel, and it's just like, it's hard to be super enthusiastic right now because you're just so
Yes.
physically and emotionally drained that it's just like,
Yeah. I had a client call us today who was just upset because they saw the numbers come out of what restaurants got how much money for this funding,
We didn't get a
we
single
didn't.
dime.
and neither did this place. And then you have places like Dinosaur that got $10 million, and Cafe
Good for
Cou-
them, those fucks.
fuck them. And then Cafe Cubal, who got $1.1 million this round, but has gotten over $1 million the rest.
So
you know, it's
we
just-
didn't have our taxes. Like the whole
It's
thing was
weird
it
for
was,
us.
It was
Yeah.
it's weird because we had
Well, we don't need to.
yep.
Yeah.
So like it was just weird.
Yeah.
You know.
So they called and they were very frustrated. And
Well,
upset.
we got a buddy Bud. He's gonna like figure this out, and we'll
Bud Lore?
hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bud's
And
great.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's my guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like we'll figure it out.
But
Yeah.
I mean, that also goes into like with how much we've had to do like physically
Oh,
at the
yeah.
restaurant. Like we also just like straight haven't had time
Yeah.
to like take those moments and be like and meet with these people or meet with the
Yeah.
banks or whatever. Like I've been in the process of changing banks
Yeah.
for like the last 4 months, and
Yeah.
it's just literally changing everything from one bank
Yeah.
to another, and I still haven't gotten it done because I don't
when
have
you're,
the
yeah,
time.
it's a pain in the ass when you're running. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and I assume a lot of because I mean, staff is like
Oh,
everywhere
for sure.
else.
Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah.
And we have our people
like
that have
our
been with
place-
us.
Yeah.
and
So, like,
we wouldn't be
literally
here
our-
without them.
Yeah. That's one thing that concerns me. I think I mentioned to you, like I'm talking to people about selling the marketing business of Eat Local. You know, so we have the card side and the content side, and then we have the marketing side. And so I'm considering selling to them because I just can't continue to work a 9-to-5 job and we have 11 marketing clients. It just doesn't work, you know. So I either want to sell the business to someone and then go work for them full time and do the marketing stuff during the day, or quit my full time job and go full time with
do
Eat
this.
Local. Yeah.
And either decision is
And so we're leaning. My wife and I are leaning more towards that. Me going full time with it.
Do this.
Yeah. But then I think like I'm going to be so like if right now if we lose a marketing client, it's like okay, so who cares? It's not paying the mortgage, so what's the matter, right? If all of a sudden it's paying the mortgage, I'm gonna be like, what the fuck? Like we fired an
well-
account last month because it wasn't somebody we wanted to work with after a few weeks. If it's paying my mortgage, I'm gonna be like, we have to find a way for
we're
it to
kind of in
work.
that boat right now where, like, obviously we're a new restaurant, so
Yeah.
it's not paying
We're not
any of
new
our.
now, though.
Right. Yeah.
We're within 2
year and a
years.
half, man.
That's still super new. And
Yeah.
anything before 5 years is a new
I
restaurant.
don't know. I'm just
Yeah,
fucking
but I
sitting
will
here
say,
being
hearing
good.
some of your numbers, like, you know, when you tell me, like, hey, we had this many people that night, that, you know, I'm not saying, like, you guys are great. I'm just saying, like,
It's
from other people that I've talked to that are as new as you, and even people that are established in downtown.
We're off the beaten path.
They're great, and like
every single person that comes through, I fucking love them. But like the thing that's going on right now is like everybody's downtown. That's what happens.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I mean, that's what happens.
Right.
I get it.
You mean everybody's like over in Armory and stuff like that?
20. I was 20, fucking growing up and going downtown.
All right. King of what was it?
King of fucking Nedro.
King of
That's
Nedro.
who I am.
should probably shut this.
The King of Nedro. Listen, here's what I want to do on the next episode.
Can I have that?
I can't.
I mean,
wait.
obviously, the next episode you're going to be the first guest and the official.
You're fucking right.
I feel like here's what we should do. Are you ready for this?
I'm loving every minute of it. Let's go.
All right. Late night talk shows start at what time?
Like
11:30.
11 o'clock.
I feel like we might need to start. Callie, back me up on this. We might need to start the Eat
She's
Local.
like, nope.
The Eat Local New York late night show.
I'm in.
Late night with Eat Local New York.
I'm in.
Starts at 11:30.
Can you just
100%
blur his face?
No. You don't need to blur my face. It's going to be fucking
That's one of his best
fantastic.
features.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're one of them? Look at me, bro. Come on, man. I got it. It's going to be the
All right.
greatest
So
of all
the
time.
Eat Local, the late night show with Eat Local New
Are
York.
the cameras still on? What's going on?
The battery may have died because we've been doing this for a while.
Yeah, what time is it? Because I told my dad
It's
it was
fucking
not.
9:05.
12. Yeah, we got to get the fuck out of here.
All right, but what if you were my Ed McMahon? What if
I
Joel?
think that would be perfect.
No
Right?
way.
I was thinking that when you
Yes.
said Conan, I was like Andy Richter.
Yeah.
Right here.
That
First
could
of
be it, man.
all,
I think that
The
would
couch
be,
is big enough,
I think that would be a fun.
I'll
I
be
would
saying
fucking watch
yes.
that shit so hard.
and
I'm
we'll
in.
keep it short.
I'm in.
20 minutes.
I'm in.
All right, so there it is, officially on the Eat Local New York podcast. We've just announced that we're going to be doing the late night show with Eat Local New York. Me and Joel.
Me and Joel fucking Carpenter.
He's gonna be speaking in tongues.
Yep. Speaking of tongue,
no, okay, no.
I'm not going to do that anymore.
That's not
I'm sorry.
Oh God.
Probably.
Well,
It's a different kind of tongue.
Yeah.
Well, I think that means we've officially said it all tonight on the podcast.
Yes.
Thank you both for coming
I
in.
mean, we haven't tackled.
Let's talk.
Haven't tackled world hunger.
No. It's time to go.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
We do need to do the three of us regularly on the podcast.
I'm in.
Really, you think I should be? a
Yeah,
part
of
of
course. It's great.
You're not just
great,
including
right?
me because I'm
Yeah.
already here.
You
'Cause
keep
that's
him
what
in
you just
control a little bit.
Yeah.
You share the bottle.
do. I do.
Share the bottle. We drank this whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
God damn it.
If in our defense, that was only 3/4 of a bottle when I put it in there, so it wasn't the whole thing.
I feel like I should tip
Any
you.
sissy
No.
would drink that.
No, that was a $15 Christmas gift I got from a coworker, so we're good. All right, thanks, guys.
Bottoms up, bitch.
Everybody go check
good
out
Lord.
317 Montgomery Street.
No, don't.